that I felt bad. So the kids got the cheapest shoe and he got like $180 pair of shoes.
You don't want to send him to school at that age and then he gets bullied about his shoes. And then you feel guilty.
See, I was like, he's going to get bullied. I have to just spend the money on the shoes. Hi, I'm Steph and welcome to the Girls Mean Business podcast where we talk all things business. Today, I've got Sarah Elkordi with me, the rent fairy.
This is another thing, right, with like buying my first property. I've sat there and I'm like, I did it without no man, no dad, no support. And it's like, if that's not if that's not something that I can sit there and be like, you fucking did it, like, it's huge.
It's huge.
And I don't think it's actually hit me how big it is, probably until I pick up the keys and I start paying a fucking mortgage.
Paying the mortgage.
But it's like, as you look back on like the last 5 years and how traumatic it was, and like trauma to the T of what I had gone through, and then it's like, okay, fast forward a year later, you start a business. A year after that, it does really well. The year after that, you're ticking off goals. The year after that, you're on a fucking billboard. A year after that, you buy, let's go back. You buy a car that you love. Year after that, you're on a billboard. Year after that, you just bought you and your son your first home. So you pretty much just hustled your ass off the last 5 years to give your son some sort of a future in the future. And for me, it's like, if I can do that with no support and no business, I wasn't an entrepreneur. I wasn't trying to be an entrepreneur. I never watched entrepreneur videos. I didn't even know what an entrepreneur was. I was just someone who was like, I need to make money. I need to make money quick. I need to make money, but I still need to be a mum. And unfortunately, nothing in this society gives you the flexibility to be a mum and make money and work for someone else.
Yeah.
You just got to do it yourself.
What is it that, like, the emotion behind it, I think it either comes from a place of survival mode or passion.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard.
Mine was survival.
I don't know anything in between, actually. When I look at the way that I approach business, it's one or the other.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm surviving, so I have to get up tomorrow and do more than what I did today. And that's actually a big thing for me. I go to bed at night thinking about this. Have I done more today than I did yesterday? And it gets me down if I haven't. If I've had one a day, I know it's hard, but I put a lot of pressure on myself. That's one thing. And then,
but some days you're not. You're gonna be running at 50, 60%, and other days you're gonna be running at 100, 120%. And that's something that's okay that we have to learn to accept. Like, sometimes if I feel like I haven't done enough in one day, I'm up till midnight trying to find things to do. Yeah. I feel guilty.
Yeah, I feel
same
guilty
as
too.
what you do. Yeah, but now I'm like, no, it's okay. Everything's fine. I have to tell myself it's fine. Everyth's fine. Like, nothing's gonna blow up.
That's because the bank account's looking good. Sarah.
The bank account's looking all right, but it's still you see income coming in, and then you're in a point sometimes in business where everything's flowing. You're like, oh shit, like, am I doing enough? Like, should I be doing more? Should I be working harder? It's all doing fine. Like, you've structured it the way that you wanted. The goal was freedom to be a mum when I wanted to be a mum and freedom to do whatever I wanted to do. And then when you get that, you're like, oh shit, I should be working harder. And that's where I'm at the moment.
Yeah. Is that still coming from a place of being in survival mode? Or are you, I think now just, is it because you just have been,
I think it's coming,
putting so much pressure on yourself that it's
I think it's like you run on these high emotions. You run on, I have to do this, I have to do that, I've got a big list, I've got to do all these things, that when you don't realize that you've actually been doing things to make sure it all flows nicely with or without you, that if you take a step back for a couple of hours or a day or 2 days, or you go away on a holiday and it all runs smoothly without you, you just have this big cloud of guilt over you where it's like, hold on, why am I not working? I need to be working, when in fact you don't need to be. So it's because you've been in survival so long that when you come out of that and you come into the freedom of what you originally wanted, your brain's like, what in the world are you doing? You have not done enough. You're not going to bed tonight. You're going downstairs. You're getting on that laptop. You're going to do something.
Yeah.
And that's where I have.
So do you still have that now?
Not anymore. I have, and that's only in the last couple of months where I switch off at the 7 o'clock because I was struggling. I wasn't sleeping. And then I was like, my quality, I'd have a day where I could go and do whatever I want, and I would find something to do because I had that guilt over. Whereas like now it's like, oh, I'm going to go down and go for a walk, or I'm gonna double up at the gym because I can.
Yeah.
And nothing has hit the fan or gone on fire yet.
Yeah. So you bought the house on your own?
I've bought the house on my own.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yes.
It's actually
Let's just
amazing.
hope it goes through.
It will.
Yeah.
It is amazing. So where does that put you as far as being independent, not relying on anyone? In your personal life? Don't know if you want to go there.
Yeah.
But how does that affect things when you're just constantly doing things and achieving things on your own?
It's lonely.
As a female, it's lonely.
It's lonely as fuck because it's like if we go back to childhood dreams, I always wanted to be married, couple of kids, fantastic relationship, husband at home, build a house with my husband, all that kind of stuff. Obviously that dream was put to bed in 2019. Not saying I can't find a husband and do it all, but when you start as a female to make your own money, your standards of men become very high. You no longer settle for the shit.
Yeah.
You no longer settle for someone who's going to bring you drama or bring you a headache or is uncertain about where they want you in their life. It's like, okay, well, I don't actually need you. I wanted you. But when it comes to being a single independent woman in my personal life, finding a partner is difficult. So I just do it myself.
Yeah.
And someone, it's funny because someone said to me today, you do the equivalent of what 3 men could do in their lifetime.
Yeah.
Business, buy the house, buy the car, look after a kid, be a mum, businesswoman. Yes. And that to me is like a compliment. But at the same time, I'm still a feminine woman. And every woman still wants to be looked after by a man. I don't want to be masculine in my house. I don't want to be masculine in my day-to-day life. I want to be masculine at work where I have to be the boss.
Yeah.
But I think every female, and correct me if I'm wrong, wants to be in their feminine and wants to be calm and looked after and relaxed in a partnership or at home.
Yeah, definitely. I feel the same.
Yeah.
I feel the problem now is because once you start achieving things and doing things on your own, you want to be in your feminine, you want to feel like the little girl in a relationship, but then you're like, but I've done this much, so you need to do way more now.
Yes.
I can't be with you because if I've had all this motivation to achieve all of this and you're tapping into like your alpha female, then you need to take it up one step so that you can bring me that energy.
Like I'm not saying give me the world.
I can't have someone who's not motivated or who doesn't have goals or doesn't have ambition and drive. Like I don't need someone who has it all.
Me either. It's not about financial, I think, and I feel like you'd be the same, but it's more about stability.
Yes.
And having that. If I'm going to go work 7 days a week and hustle, you need to be hustling harder than me. Yes. You can't be at home, playing PlayStation or, doing nothing. And I'm out here hustling.
Feeling guilty at 10:30 at night for going to bed, saying you haven't worked hard enough.
You need to motivate me. Yeah. No, you need to motivate me. You need to be like, Sarah, what have you done today? How much have you made today? Do you need any help with your clients? Not, can you do this for my business? Like, I'm not here to be mum. I need yes, I can look after a man, don't get me wrong, but it's time where I think as an independent woman, you get to a point where you just want someone to come in and make your life easier. And you just want someone to come in and look after you. And it's not financially, but we need support mentally, we need support emotionally, and we as alpha females need an alpha male.
Yeah.
I need someone who's
I need someone to teach me.
Yes.
I'm like, if I'm teaching somebody else, I'm like, well, the dynamic has really shifted.
Yeah, I don't want to run 4 other businesses unless I have to. But it's you just want that. For me, it's just that stability. Come in, make my life better. I'll make your life better. If you don't, even if the guy was, working, man, because we don't want a guy, we want a man. Even if the man was, working a standard 9 to 5, not a problem, but he had a goal and I could help him get to that goal, I'd do it for him.
Yeah,
I'm not saying I'm no entrepreneur and I'm amazing, but
Can I help you achieve? Can we have some common interest?
If I
and
help
if it's
him,
aligned via business and goals setting, and I can work with you on something, let's build that.
Let's build it. Like I want to build with someone. They don't necessarily have to have everything sorted out and worked out, but they have to have their goals and know where they're going in the next 5 years. Men who have no idea and no structure and no stability moving forward day to day, not on
I
my
like
list.
to think, who is the problem? Who created the monster? Is it them or is it us?
Yeah, I think it's us. We spoke a bit. It's the whole.
It is.
We need to be equal and the rest of it. Yeah, and I get that, but God, I'm tired now. I want to be the feminine girl, stay-at-home mum. No, I don't. But like, it's
I want to run my business and I want to spend all of my money and keep it as my money. But can you just do more than everything I do? And can I share in that with you?
Yes, and then I'll help you build everything that you want to build.
It is. It's so hard. It really is hard. I was thinking about it the other day and I'm like, my mum's goals would have been to raise the family.
Yes.
I think that she would have probably had goals to have some sort of independence with a job, but I don't think it would have been to make a career or to have a huge impact on like the financial situation of the family home.
Like, always looked after, and their biggest concern was, what am I going to make for lunch and dinner tonight?
Yeah.
It wasn't how am I going to pay for dinner.
Like, was to be a mum, a wife, have a small amount of independence where she felt valued.
Yeah.
I feel like that was her goals. Like, our goals have changed.
Yeah.
So
I still think that there are, because I have some friends who still want that as their future, which is completely fine, and they are the ones that want the multiple kids and everything. But I think what it may stem from, and I might be wrong here, is trauma. I think that if you have either been in a job that you're good at and they didn't treat you right, or you have been in a relationship where a man has told you that you can't do something, or held you down, or controlled you, or left you to fend for yourself. I think as a woman, when we have that bit of freedom with what we want to do and no kind of control over us, we either go back to what we're used to, or we take another path and we just excel at something and put our whole fire in the gut, passion into it. And that's, I think, what I did. I was like, there's no way in hell I'm letting some man, well, I left him, but I'm not going to leave someone and then have to go, 6 steps back, 100 steps back. I'm going to take it and I'm going to do what I can. And I'm sure if he was looking now, he'd be like, what the fuck? I hope he drove past that billboard too.
You didn't send it to him.
No, I'm not allowed to, but
yeah, you're not allowed to. Yeah. I think that goes back to like survival mode. So but people say to me, "Oh, Steph, like a lot of women wouldn't have gone out and done what you did, or." And when I say done what I did, it's literally just start a business.
Yeah.
It's nothing crazy, but
it
a lot of people
it is crazy though. It is. Sometimes it's a risk.
I guess, it's a risk. But I think, like, I don't know a lot of people that have gone through, divorces with kids and properties and all that sort of stuff. I don't have a lot to compare to. So all I know is what I've done.
Yeah, that's the same as me.
Yeah. But I think a lot of women do this. I think, I don't know, like, what's your experience? Do you have friends and family who have gone through things and taken an alternate route? Like,
I have a few, yeah. I think I'd probably be the first one in my particular family. Well, I was like, the only one that became a single mum and stuff. But I do have a few friends who have been through some sort of almost trauma, who have then turned their life around and actually followed their dream and taken risks. So I think, again, it depends on their situation, and I think also the strength. And I think when you have a kid, it's like, I really have to do it now. Like, I can't just go back to a normal kind of role and then be present as a mum. So I think it's situational as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think as well, the women I want to know how they do it. Because that was a driving factor for me, was I don't actually have a choice now.
Yeah.
Because kids are expensive. Who's going to pay for them?
Yeah.
Who's
especially as they get older, and boys
it's so
too.
Expensive. So my son said to me, this is when we'll, got back to school. We went out, did the school shoe shopping. my son, he's 11 and he is in that phase of his life. And I remember so clearly having this exact mindset but I was probably around 14, 15. And he when I took them to go shoe shopping, I'm like, oh, yep, you're all getting like $50 shoes, like calm down. And he was absolutely not. He was, I will wear anything but those shoes. I'm not wearing those shoes. They don't have a label. They're not Nike. They're not Adidas.
Yep.
And yeah.
I feel you.
I actually didn't have a say in the matter.
Hard.
He was so emotionally affected by getting the cheaper shoe.
Yeah.
That I felt bad. So the kids got the cheaper shoe and he got like $180 pair of shoes.
You don't want to send him to school at that age and then he gets bullied about his shoes. That's right. I was so
worried
guilty.
About that.
See,
I was like, he's going to get bullied. I have to just spend the money on the shoes. We're not getting taken out this week. It's
not like it was when we went to school and, you know, you'd go into, well, I don't even remember what, shoes and socks, and you'd get the ugliest pair of shoes and then you'd polish them once a week or whatever, and that was it. Now, like Jordan asked me, I need to get Nike Air Forces. Black Nike Air Forces.
Like what, boy?
I said,
you're in kindy?
First I sent him there and then he's like, they're really heavy. These shoes are really heavy. And I was like, oh, man, I'm going to end up getting these Nike Air Forces. And then he ended up getting the Nike Air Forces. I felt bad for him because all the kids at school had them and he went in with like, I was going to say Clark rubber, but he went in with them.
Since when did all the kids have them?
I know.
Since when?
The parents are making cash.
My kids are in a public school. So where are these people getting all their money from?
Too.
Maybe they've only got one kid and they're just a two-income household.
Hard though, with four. It's like, double up on everything.
It's crazy. It's fine. He got his shoes, you know, and the rest.
I'm telling me you better look after them for the next year.
I checked. I do shoe inspections.
Yeah, good. Yeah, excuse me, shoes inspection now. Polish that shit.
And when he comes home, there's like a shoe basket.
Yeah,
for the kids to throw their shoes in.
Does he put his nose?
I'm like, they don't go in there.
No.
They're not allowed.
They'll wipe them down and put them in the
cupboard. Them in the cupboard. Yeah, they go in the box.
Yeah, I've got the shrine for them.
Like, but I'm going to wear them tomorrow. I'm like, you wanted 180 shoes. You're going to respect those shoes. You take them and put them in the box.
Yeah, good. You got to teach them young.
You got to teach them young. Yeah. So going back to like us talking about, you know, the goals of women changing. We spoke about, you know, what our goals are and our parents' goals or our mums' goals. And then I look at the generational change and I look at our younger generation and think, where have we gone wrong? The goals have changed so much.
I think, I don't know, from what I've got younger cousins and I've got some younger friends, and I think a lot of the goals aren't to be in business. I think we are going back to, and I'd be curious for your opinion, but I think a few of them are going back to men as the provider, woman as the caretaker of the house.
Yeah, I think there's a big shift lately on that. And I think it's been fueled from, because there was kind of a trend happening where the girls were like, I want this, I want to live this lifestyle, but I don't want to work anymore to achieve that. That's kind of changed a little bit more recently, what I'm finding in conversations I'm having. And there is this shift now back towards younger women in their 20s who are like, no, my goals is to be the stay-at-home.
Yeah.
My goals are to just have the provider, which is kind of what we were talking about with us, but we're on the cusp because we've achieved things.
Yeah.
And now we kind of want someone to match.
Yeah.
Or raise the bar.
Now it's we've held our own for so long that you want someone to come in and, you know, bring light and bring support to your life while still having your own.
Yeah.
Rather than just going in not having anything except the provider.
Yeah.
Which I'm not opposed to if that was to ever happen to me, just saying. But I think it's just position in life as well.
Yeah. And so there's been a couple girls that have, you know, reached out to me through, you know, socials or whatever in their early 20s. And I've had conversations with them about this very thing, like what are your goals, what motivates you? They want to be in business. And I've kind of thought in the beginning, I was like, you know what, I'm going to motivate these girls and I'm going to mentor them. And I'm going to, because my intention wasn't to just teach them something, but I was like, they are in this demographic where I can learn a lot from them.
Yeah.
Because as I said before, tech savvy, I'm useless. I'm just not tech savvy at all. And socials and that is not my strength. And that is their strength.
Yeah, the younger generation, they're on fire.
They're on fire. So yeah, my struggles of trying to mentor through Girls on Fleek, I've put that idea to bed.
Which one? Sorry, mentor through.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna do this thing where when they reach out to me, like I'll.
Yeah, but that's the younger generation. Just target the other gen. Target the Gen Ys only.
They're obviously not all like this because the last event that I did, she was amazing. That girl that I did the fireside chat with.
Yes.
Alexandra Murray, right, of Being Seen Socials. Amazing. But she's so mature for her age. She's so beyond her years and so insightful. And like I sat there doing this fireside chat. She's 25 or 26.
Okay, yeah.
Now. She started this business like 4 or 5 years ago or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and she scaled this business.
She's young too.
She's young.
Fantastic.
Super successful.
That was like the other one that you had at the first Girls on Fleek, and she was yes. She was young as well.
Yeah. She's amazing. She's young.
She's maybe we're wrong
She's got a multifaceted business. So she does her personal training.
Yeah, that's right. Online coaching or something like that.
And online coaching and trains on retreats.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. She's so, I sort of thought that, tapping into that younger gen, we have something to learn.
Yeah.
Like I want to be across all demographics because one of the people who I kind of take a lot of inspo from how her attitude was towards business. You wouldn't even know this woman. Her name is Serena Rosso.
Okay, yeah.
She's she built like an employment services company. They called her like the queen of jobs or job queen or something back in the day. And she's like in her 70s or 80s or something like that now. So but if you ever look her up and you watch her stuff, she still has she's evolved. She keeps up with everything.
Wow.
She's on socials. She's present. She's ever changing. I love her. So I think there is always
look her up.
Yeah, there's always something to learn from across all generations. It's not just our age group or women who are older than us. Like I want to tap into those millennials.
Yeah.
And be able to use what they know in my business.
Absolutely. I have a few young staff members and they do an excellent job and they teach me a lot, especially in like processes and everything. They're like, Sarah, you can streamline this a lot better. You can cut this and do this. And I'm like, just do it.
Just do it.
Do it, please. Just.
Do you want to learn it?
No. To a point, yeah. I want to understand it and how to do it, but just do it. Like if it's going to make the process better, do it. Especially if it's something where it's like, you can especially if it's something where you can just automate it and they can just automatically get an email when this is added and that kind of stuff instead of manually sending emails every day and that jazz. I'm like, I'm all for it. Yeah. Automate the whole thing.
Yeah. There is something to learn.
There's always something to learn.
Yeah, like so when you're on socials, do you take a lot of or do you spend a lot of time researching other successful business owners to develop or implement things in your own business? Or what is it? Personal growth.
Sometimes.
What is your focus on personal growth? Where do you get it from? Are you getting it from online sources or do you go and engage in something?
I think majority of it, because I do spend a lot of time scrolling social media, especially on my Rent Fairy page where I've got more of like business owners, real estate agents and everything like that. It does come from social media. There isn't anything necessarily, I read books, but there isn't necessarily anything that I'm doing in terms of like personal growth on that side of it.
Do you have a book? Are you reading a book?
Not at the moment because my brain is in a million other places. But I do, I have in my room a whole list of ones. But lately to switch off, I've been reading like the romantic novels because obviously, I don't know, it's different to then the business growth, the business books and the 5 a.m. club and the Atomic Habits and the rest of it. So I do that. But there is one person that I have been following for quite some time and I actually want to do one of her manifestation courses. It's Zoe Marshall.
Oh, we just missed it.
I know.
She just did
I know.
I
know. Should we go to the next one?
Yeah, because I messaged one of my other friends.
Okay.
Because I'm denied about it. And then I messaged one of my other friends like the day before and said, hey, do you want to go to this with me? And she couldn't get out. She runs her own business as well and she couldn't get out of it. But yes, I want to do that too.
I've been watching her and I just think she she fascinates me, and I just find that what she does is so empowering, and she does it in such a way where it's like if you saw her on the street, it's like you'd want to go up and hug her. Like you'd want to have that conversation with her. She's got such an open door feel about her, and I feel like she's built a great community where she has women, and I'm not sure if it's open for just women, but I'm assuming men as well, who come together and then manifest, but then open up. And I don't know, I just feel like she really connects with her audience. Like every time I watch her, I think she's fantastic. But in the same conversation, she's Benji Marshall's wife, and I grew up watching Benji Marshall play football, and now he coaches for the Tigers. But she doesn't allow that title to overrun what her own self has done and her own personal growth and her business goals. Like she didn't get her success off the back of her husband. She got her success from building on her own. And she's had quite a few things that she's been doing, but I find her to be quite an inspiration and someone that not necessarily when I'm feeling down, but when you're just deflated a little bit or whatever, you just jump on her stories. Sometimes are lighthearted, or, you know, she's uploaded something about manifestation and she just reminds you just to kind of get back on track. So yeah, that was someone that comes to mind. Yeah, she's fantastic. I really think she's great.
Yeah. But I think I would like to do more manifestation stuff too.
Yeah, I need to do that too.
I think it's important. I don't do much of it at all. Like I know we spoke about like waking up in the morning and giving gratitude. That was like my
But it's hard
thing that I'm on.
it's hard to stay in that manifestation, in that positive mindset as well all the time, and talking to yourself positively if the surrounding of your other life is kind of on fire a little bit. So like I said, I went through that stage where my mental health was like gone to shit. And I tried to manifest and I was like, stay positive, but I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I just couldn't do it. So there was no manifestation. There was no goals getting done. There wasn't anything. But I do feel like manifestation keeps you, it makes you feel alive in a way, you know, and
I have personal experiences of not intentionally manifesting things in my life, but those things coming to fruition.
Yeah. I do that often too. I think I did this with what I just bought too. I wanted to be in a specific spot, on a specific street, in a specific corner.
You manifested it.
And I even said it, like I said it out loud to my mum. I said, I'm going to move back here. I said, I'm going to move back here. There was not one thing in the property. It was an off market. I just rang an agent, happened to have off market property in there. You know, it's happened in like a week and it's like done. And then that's exactly where my heart and soul wanted to be.
Yeah.
So I believe it.
I believe it too. Yeah. So many things have happened to me that I just, you know, dreamt about. And I guess that's what you think you're doing at the time. You're like, I'm dreaming of being there one day,
but it's
or
almost
achieving
as if
this.
You've already done it or you've already got it. So like for me, I was like looking at furniture, thinking what day am I going to move in and what can fit here, what can fit
so
there.
Yours is manifesting to a different level.
Mine is like, I've already got it.
I've got it.
I've already got like, it's almost like I told myself, oh yeah, I've got, I bought a house and I'm moving into it next week. And then it's like, oh, I bought a house and I'm moving it into it in 6 weeks. Like it's that kind of stuff. And it's like, what was another one where it's like, it's so crazy and it sounds so delusional, but it's like, I would manifest that I'm going to be in some sort of media to get traction on the rent fairy and I'd be on the news the next week.
Yeah.
And I tripped myself the fuck out about it. I remember sitting there and I was like, oh, I'm going to be in the newspaper next week. And then I would sit there and the next day Daily Telegraph would email me and I'd call my mum and be like, I told you I was going to be in the newspaper next week. Like it's just, it's those little things where I'm like, oh, like I'm talking to the universe, but I'm telling the universe it's already happened.
I'm going to be in a reality
I'm already
TV
there,
show.
yes.
Have
Did you hear about my reality TV? Yes.
Reality TV show in a couple of
years. No, I'm not
sure what it's going to be called
yet. It's I am.
I am.
And I think that's what Zoe always mentions. It's I am. Like it's always I am. And I try and have this conversation with people that I know. It's not like I know it makes you sound so delusional because you don't know whether you are going to or not, but you just say it and you start to believe it. And it's like there would be points where the rent fairy wasn't making much income because it was quiet or it's seasonal or whatever it was. And I would just like manifest that I have made this much in this week just to get myself through and whatever. And then I'd end up making it all double. So I was just positive thinking.
So we need to book in for manifestation classes because I've never done one.
Me either. I just watched videos on it.
Oh.
And then I just started and I'm pretty sure my
You'd
family
think that in
I'm
one day
delusional.
world with a phone in hand, I would have done the same.
Yeah, it's just literally just videos. But I'm pretty sure my family think I'm delusional because I'll be like, oh, no, I already have it. And they're like, no, but you don't. And it's like, but I do. Don't tell me that I don't. I do. Like, I've got it.
You're going to see it.
You're going to see it 6 weeks and you'll see it.
6
like,
weeks.
you know what I mean? But I think.
Have you started buying furniture? You've got that furniture.
I've just been saving things. I've been saving or whatever. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to put some curtains in. And I've made like a full, like my days have been spent with like, oh, I'm going to paint this wall. I'm going to mount my TV. I need a circle dining table. I need to go and buy a new lounge, but I need to measure the lift to make sure the lounge fits in the lift. Like I'm doing all these things as if it's mine already. Yeah. And then today, like, it's mine. But like in bed last night, I was like, oh, what color lounge do I want? Do I need to? And then I went downstairs and I was like, I've got my fridge, I've got my garage, I've got my washing machine, I've got my dryer. I was like, I've got to get a quote for the removalers. Like I hadn't got it yet.
Yeah.
But in my head, it was mine.
It was already yours.
I told Jordan, I said, we're moving. I said, we're moving, it's ours. Right? The bloke was having a little party because he loved it just as much as I loved it.
He's gone to school.
Yeah.
Like, guys, I'm moving.
And he's moving right around the corner from the school, which is
perfect.
Brilliant.
Yes. So that's my biggest struggle now is like, where would I move?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know where to go.
Yeah,
I wouldn't know where to go because one kid's in high school, the other 3 are at primary school, and you know what? I've never felt like this in my life. Like I've moved a lot. I counted it the other day. I think I'm certain in my lifetime it was in the 20s.
Shoot.
It was in the 2020s.
Yeah, but that's because you've got the background of everything that you've done.
Yeah, but my parents did it. Oh. They just moved us around. So it was kind of like I never felt like you stayed somewhere.
Yeah.
You just didn't stay somewhere.
See, that's what my biggest thing is for Jordan is I want him to have that base and that stability.
Yeah.
Like I want him to have his space and my space.
And his home.
Yeah.
It's important for kids to have their home.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for my kids because that's not coming to them for a very long time.
But you're building to it though.
Yeah, we just need to keep moving, you know. I don't know where the end line
but it's not like you're moving because, you know, you're renting and then you're being kicked out and then you go into the next one.
Yeah.
You know, you're doing it because you're doing it in a way where you're flipping them and you're building their future. Yeah. So suck it up, you know, fight over the rooms for the next couple of years, but in the long run it'll all work out perfectly for them.
Yeah, I've been going to open homes and I told the kids, okay, so I'm looking to buy. We'll look around the school. So you know, guys don't have to change school this time. We're saying where we are. Do you guys want to come to inspections with me? And then I started saving the inspections to my list. And then I went back and I reflected on all the houses and they're all renovators, right?
Okay.
And as I was looking through the list, I'm like, oh my God, like I can't take my kids there because if they see these houses.
They will not let you buy it.
They will not let me buy. They will. I can't do it.
You'll have 4 kids crying at the inspection.
When I say, this is your bedroom.
Yeah. I say, where?
And like, leaks in the ceiling, mold up the walls.
You've got to make them understand
I don't think that they're emotionally strong enough to see their next house.
I wouldn't be. Even if I took my child through and I said, look, we're going to renovate this, we're going to look after it, and I took him through and there was mold, he'd tell me there's no way I'm living in here. I'm not living here. I take him through. Sometimes I go through some pretty sick rentals, right?
Yeah.
I take him through and then he'll come through and be like, are we going to live here, Mum? Can I choose my room? Oh my, look at the bathroom. Oh, is that the water view? He's so funny. He kills me when he comes through.
He could be a real estate agent.
He probably will be, but I feel like he's going to be a football player.
Oh, he's going to be a football player.
I'm sure you've seen my stories.
I know, he's so obsessed.
He is obsessed.
He's so obsessed that when it's almost like the passion is emotional.
Oh, I have to prepare myself.
Level.
If the Bulldogs lose, he's crying. Wherever we are, he's crying. We went to a football game, it was just him and I. Bulldogs lost. He cried the whole way home.
Wow.
Cried the whole
Where
way.
did he get it from?
We are a big Bulldogs household.
Yeah, but are you that intense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, me and him, we're like, him and I watch the game, just him and I. We'll go to the games, just him and I. Like we are, but we grew up with it with my dad. My dad was a huge Bulldogs fan. We used to have Hasmul Masri come over, watch movies with us and hang out with us because his dad and our dad were friends. And then we used to go to as many games as we could there. That when Jordan was actually, I have a video of him and he was 2 years old and he was in a Bulldogs fit watching the football with us. And my whole family, so my 3 sisters and my brother, are all giant Bulldogs fans. So for us, a family weekend was a barbecue and the footy. Thursday night footy, Friday night footy. I think they used to have Monday night footy. Like it used to be, it was just footy was always on in the background. And then I got Jordan into it. He's got his own KO. He watches footy on his iPad. He knows all the players. Like he's been on the football field. He's coming to, I got tickets to Bar's Bar. It's some bar at a cool stadium and you watch the game from the top of the Easter long weekend. Yeah. He's going to that.
He's going.
He's met players. He's like,
they know him.
Driving it. He asked me the other day, he said to me, Mum, if the Bulldogs win, can we drive through Belmore?
Like with the flags.
With the flags. He's like, I'll paint my face. I'll paint my eyebrows blue and white. I was like,
is someone going to be playing drums?
No, I'll probably be cranking Who Let the Dogs Out. Like, you know, he's obsessed with it. But that's like, it's his passion, you know, and then he plays football all day long.
Does he?
Loves it.
Yeah, I know that he was obsessed at daycare.
Yeah, he still is.
Wow, good on him.
Yeah.
It's so nice to have, like my kids are not super passionate about anything. Like my daughter's just started ballet.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, and I'm, but
I wouldn't know how to be a
girl
mum.
She just one day watched a movie and it was a ballet movie. So she became, and then I was like, oh my gosh, this would be amazing to have a ballerina. So it's like total dance mum.
Yeah, you're your dance mum era, aren't you?
From one little comment that she made, like, I want to do ballet.
And you're like,
I want it. I'll get you ballet shoes.
But see how
I've taken it to another level with her.
But see how
like, how many days do you want to do?
5 days a week. Don't make her feet bleed. No, I'm kidding. But see how you have also built yourself the freedom and capacity to be able to, if she wants to do something, you can do it.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah, because of course, like I want my kids to be passionate about something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have something. Yeah. The other one, he's into basketball, and the other two, they're just nothing.
They'll come around.
Yeah, but yeah, just having that.
Send them to my house. They'll come back Bulldogs. They'll come back blue and
Bulldogs
white.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we're not big on footy. We watch it here and there, though. I have to admit, like we do watch it here and there.
Yeah,
because one of them likes to watch it, but not passionate about it.
Yeah. See, mine is like won't miss a second.
I know, he's crazy.
Wants the Bulldogs Instagram page, wants to know if the Bulldogs have been on the news, like they've injured, so when are they going to be back? Who are we versing next week? Oh, he's so into it.
So into it. He's cute. Well, you know, he's only going to get more into it, I think, as he gets older now because they just don't let it. They
let it go from that I'm 31 years old and I'm still a Bulldogs passionate fan and I'm sitting on the edge of my seat every single game and I'm screaming at the TV. Like,
see, there you go. That's where you find your next husband. You go to a
footy, maybe.
Bulldogs games. Well, I think that's a bit of a wrap for us. We've spoken about many things today.
Absolutely. It's been fun.
It has been so much fun. And thanks for coming in and doing my first episode.
I'm so excited.
With me. I'm so excited. I can't wait for this to go on and for everyone to hear it.
Me too.
And I hope that this kind of inspires people to continue with their business journey.
Same.
Stay on the same path.
And get him into the Girls on Fleek networking events.
That's it.
And we can all mingle.
Next one coming up soon. We'll see you there.
See ya.